think of a good like superhero or Marvel kind of comparison there.
All I can think of is like is Loki. He turned bad guy, but there is no bad guy here. It's just two strong teams.
Magneto turned bad. There's a lot of things out there for. But anyway, we'll jump into the pistol round now. We do obviously have HellRaisers starting off on the CT side, and already it's going to be dAt who's going to be able to find a frag onto Kucha. This is going to not leave too much of an opening. We do see HellRaisers, despite losing a man, still have a pretty nice situation across all the sites, and they still have middle control here. So that's still trying to work that way in. That's going to help a lot as well that it's going to remove Markloff from middle there.
Yeah, he's opening up the map for dAt here, but you've got Dozier. But the CTs have essentially been forced to make an aggressive play to try and close down parts of the map and put their team in the right places. So you can see the rotation going towards A now. So you can see there's two CTs there with Dozier. Just going to see if anybody's in the mid area. Simple going to get smoked off towards Forklift. We've got three dAt players coming in through A main.
This is where the big players can come in here from Simple over by the Forklift, but Adren going to be charging into the back of the side, able to clear this out with the help of Flamey, and it is a clean sweep. And we're going to see dAt taking the pistol. It was pretty darn close there until the end. It's very well played by both sides to hold out as they did. I loved how HellRaisers repositioned when they lost a man and how they still had a good chance to win the round despite early losses. But now we're going to see them go for the pistol armor.
Okay, so let's have a look. You know, often in these situations, with previous situations of the game, with a strong CZ, etc., you want your teammates to be going generally in the same direction so you don't get anti-ecoed. They've got Kucha just poking around in the B-bomb site, going to see if anybody's there, try and get some early information to rotate the CTs, and the CTs will rotate. We've got 3 already over to the A site. It's going to be a 1-dig from Markelov. Going to get an early pick that might slow down dAt. Adren's going to come in and get a trade frag. Can he get the second one on Dozier? It's going to be that it's taken down. They've got that good smoke there, which will allow them to plant on the site as well. So 3 versus 2 now. 1-dig taking down Kucha. Simple's going to be the last man standing here with that deagle. We've seen him use a deagle before. He is definitely capable of these one-shots as well as Markelov.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the deagle was still kind of like a little bit more terrible because it has been buffed a bit. It does work a lot better. It is pretty usable these days, but even still, when it wasn't, I remember seeing Freiberg in particular and Forrest as well find all these kinds of cool little spots and angles defensively as CTs to actually make it work with those one-shots. So it's actually like quite scary. And look at that, Simple going to be taking down 2 players. That's actually pretty huge. It's going to really affect dAt's economy. So that's actually good work at the end there from Simple. So we'll have to see if HellRaisers can bring this back, because we already said, or at least in my opinion, I feel like dAt are going to be very scary on the T sides. So HellRaisers, they need to be getting those big CT halves, to be honest.
Blade just casually buying another UMP. Well, they're going to continue with the deagle for this round. Obviously, he's going to be looking for an AWP as soon as possible. Looks like dAt are going to go for the boost again. HellRaisers just going to spread out. Going to have Simple peeking mid. Has spotted one boosted, and it's going to take a few steps back in case a grenade is coming in. Got a team flash coming in over HellRaisers, but Flamey's ready for it as the push does come in through towards B from HellRaisers. That's going to give them the info to rotate back towards A, but can they get there in time? That's the question. They're already swarming onto the site are dAt. The bomb is down there. That's going to be really important. Almost second frag there as well. Angel going for the knife, but Flamey with the save. Now it's 4 versus 1. Kucha last man standing, and that's a much better round for dAt.
The problem here for HellRaisers is that because they don't start off on a good footing, if they lose this round, obviously things are going to get really awkward really fast, because Simple's going to see an AWP right now, but if this doesn't do any damage, and if HellRaisers are playing their CT side without any AWPs, I feel like that's going to be a really horrible predicament for them to deal with if they have to go to rifles all the time. And we can see that does happen sometimes if you get the wrong side of the economy. So we'll have to see if dAt can keep pressure on, can actually best Simple. You were highlighting how we do have this Simple versus dAt kind of factor going on here. And that's a greatly timed smoke, but dAt is going to look for that pick towards A main. And there's 2 teammates towards door. They're setting up for this A play. Let's have a look and see if they're going to be able to get in. But look at that, Angel getting flashed in by a teammate. We'll get traded upon, but that's key information. We're going to see the rotation slowly coming in now for HellRaisers. And the nades in from dAt. They're being quite slow, and it is hurting massively here. HellRaisers taking full advantage, and they are going to just almost keep everybody alive. Only Angel going down. That's beautiful stuff from them.
That is a great round there. You can see Simple instantly buying a helmet, so does Angel. He's going to want to get that in case we have some glills coming out for dAt team. Going to have Bondic, who drops the AWP for World Edit, so they're going to be back in the mix with those. See if they can manage any other guns. Okay, so we're going to have 2 pistols here. Tech 9, a.k.a. Rec 9, and the P250 on Blade. So again, those helmets going to be very important. Dozia not buying a helmet, and he does have $3,000 in the bank, so we'll look, we'll pay attention and see if he comes to regret that later on. As Simple is holding an angle, which Flamey's about to meet him. Simple does find the better of him, doesn't take any damage either, and will rotate his position. And
that little move there from Simple is beautiful with the AWP. It's something that I've been watching a lot of Kenny S on Cash. I've been trying to study him a little bit on his Cash games, and I watched a lot of demos, and that's something that Kenny S does a lot. He mixes in those little pushes, and it's such a hard angle. Like, if you're basically dead there against a great AWPer, just every single time. So it's mixing it in like unexpectedly like that, super strong. And World Edit actually getting quite close up on middle. It's going to get peeked upon. In fact, there it is. It does get traded on with Bondic. So it's 3-on-4. Still very doable here for dAt. They can still find a numbers advantage push somewhere. But Simple going to be working with that AWP. Quick 2 frags there to keep hold of middle. And in comes the Dread. Nice stuff there from HellRaisers, as they're really starting to come into their own and really start to prove why they're such a good Cash team.
Worth noting that that's 2 rounds in a row where only 1 player has died from HellRaisers' team. So after a shaky start, they are getting back into this pretty strongly. So that's really important. And again, Dozia still hasn't bought a helmet, and dAt are on an eco. This isn't a good idea. Because again, these P250s will one-shot him from extended range if he doesn't have a helmet. So these small things, especially with $5,750 in the bank, could change the pace of this round.
Standing on top of the red container there, large and in charge from Markelov. Pretty easy cleanup. And one thing to mention is that, we highlighted before how Blade should, in theory, know or have an intimate familiarity with how HellRaisers love to play, and with or without him, I should think, as he was trying to, as you said, mold them. But in that sense, that should enable Blade to be able to best counter-strat them, or have the best ability to do so.
Angel's leaving spawn without buying armor.
Does he have the money?
Yeah, he's got 1450,
That's so weird.
And he's forgotten to buy armor, guys.
That is super weird.
Angel, please!
That is so strange. He's not even AWPing or something. That's crazy.
I just think he doesn't realize that he hasn't bought armor.
That's so weird.
Because, yeah.
Well, we'll have to see if it's going to bite him in the butt here. I mean, they are going to be not full walling.
That nade. Oh, watch his health! 19! Now he knows he's got no armor.
This is really good stuff here. They're going to be working their way on middle. You can see the kind of almost wall of smokes there to put that pressure on. HellRaisers haven't really fallen for the bait, though. They did kind of float 1 player towards B, because that's what usually would indicate, is that they are going to go for this B play. But that is still looking for the picks. They can still go either way with this. They've got a player on door on A. They've got the bomb in A main. They can do anything right now. And we are seeing them slowly making their way onto this push for A now. They've got 2 players on middle still. HellRaisers with a nice line of players, but A is certainly the weak spot here, so this could work out excellently for dAt.
Okay, so we still have, as the trades come in the mid area, we still have 3 around the A site, and they're going to start to push now. Looks like it's going to be a late push from Flamey in the door, going to get that flash down towards mid as the rotation comes in from B. Well, and it's still in A main at the moment, very tentative here as there's 20 seconds left. The bomb is down. Looks like they're going to go for the kills rather than the plant here. Flamey getting the first one on Angel. Trying to find the back of sight Markelov. Going to find him eventually. Now it's a 2-on-2. 12 seconds remaining. CT's in a decision. Do they push or do they hold? They just kept an eye on the bomb, and that had no choice but to try and push those areas. And HellRaisers came out on top once again. Also managed to save the AWP. Angel not going to forget to buy armor this time.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a much better setup for dAt there on the attack. A was the weakest site. They had a nice ability to split onto through short from middle, but the timing is just a little bit in HellRaisers' favor there, and they're so good in the shots. And this is something that's always going to be a good fallback for them. They've got great individual skill. The talent there is undeniable. And if Simple starts getting a bit crazy, I think Simple, to be honest, you want to worry about him more on the terrorist side, actually, because he can just open up the map in such crazy ways. But so they do want to go for an over-the-top push here, and Angel's there ready to receive it with that AK-47. So not much to really worry about with all these nades going in here. Angel getting quite weak, but should be a pretty strong ability for the kills to be picked up here by Simple, and also dAt who's coming into middle. But they are actually going to make the drop into B.
They've left B.
This is madness, and Bondic finds the headshot into dAt. What is happening? All of a sudden, Simple's left alone with the AWP.
But the bomb's on A. Oh no!
Oh my god, what is happening at the moment? This is absolute madness. Simple finds the next frag as well. We do have Blade ready on the push here from middle, from Connector, to pick up that bomb. 40 seconds to play with, so the time isn't an issue, but it's Simple might just be... Oh god. What happened there, James? Do you have any explanation for that?
Sometimes the bomb carrier gets left behind.
Sometimes shit happens, basically. All right, go for it,
sometimes the bomb gets left behind in awkward situations where he's too far behind the team to try and make a run for it and catch up, so he gets stuck somewhere like that, and then you don't get that key frag, and it just all goes to hell.
But they managed to pick up like 3 very fast pistol frags out of nowhere. It's crazy. But that, you know, they're still trading behind here, you know, economically. So we'll have to see if they're going to get back into this. Obviously, this is looking not so good if they're going to lose a lot of weapons here of the round. They're going to be ecoing again. So HellRaisers is going to keep increasing that advantage. And this is a round where if they do lose it, they got to do a lot of damage here. Otherwise, things are going to get really rough. As it's going to take ages to force that eco onto HellRaisers. And that's a situation you always want to get into if you possibly can.
So that with not much map control to speak of whatsoever at the moment. Simple getting frag through the map overlay there. That was quite nicely done. So that's going to be a nice advantage there. There's 50 seconds remain in this, and that have not really made any progress whatsoever. We still have Angel in a very prime position. Oh, doesn't get that frag. That's going to put him in an awkward position, but he still gets the frag on Blade. It didn't exactly work out where he was. Simple is going to be in a position to try and get a trade frag. Misses the first shot, gets the second one. 35 seconds remaining. We've got 4 on 2. Nowhere near taking either bomb site. The bomb is down towards T mid. Flamey going to fluff his flashbang, but still get the frag. And it's 2 on 2, but I think this is just about damage limitation now for HellRaisers.
There is 15 seconds left to get the bomb and get it to a site. There is no messing around here for Duran as he picks up that bomb. Going to hightail it. He doesn't have enough time, frankly. So they need to do damage here. And this is very well done by Flamey to get the damage in. Can they find the next frag? Oh man, he was just a few seconds short there of getting a plant. And there's Kucha. He does take the last 2 frags, but I still feel like that's a good result, even though he does pick up the AWP there.
That's a massive result for HellRaisers as well, because they died, those 2 players, after the clock, which means they got no loss bonus, and then they lost all their guns and their armor. So that's going to be somewhat of a catastrophe for that. But 6-3, neither side doing terrible just yet. This is a CT-sided map, so generally we expect the CTs to come out on top with a better squad than the Ts, but that definitely not that far away.
Absolutely, and going to go for a quick push on to B at the moment. And getting stopped pretty well. HellRaisers with a really nice setup. They even have 4 players on that angle. And this is the nice part about playing kind of a mid-centric strategy, a mid-centric approach. You have very fast response to B pushes, which can be kind of annoying because the players can get on top of you so fast. But yeah, it's we're not really seeing any set plays at the moment from dAt. We've seen kind of a slow play into an A set play, but it just is a little bit slow, seemed a little disjointed. It wasn't quite the dAt we did see in December, but it's still early days, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, Simple is AWPing with such confidence right now. It's really great to watch. Just a very quick reminder, guys, we are doing giveaways on Twitter and Facebook today, so definitely tune in to twitter.com/FACEIT and FACEIT community on Facebook as well. Kucha taking down the Dren, so that's another good start for HellRaisers. Looking quite solid here on the CT side. Again, the bomb in a very passive position. You had Flamey just making sure nobody pushes through Squeaky, but he's going to go back towards mid. Looks like they may go for an A setup play here. Good timing on the kind of counter nades there by the CTs. Going to slow them down just a little bit longer.
Yeah, Angel being very proactive, peeking into A main. This is something HellRaisers do really, really well. Getting that info on A main, it's so important. It's kind of like, you can almost think of it as the kind of, I guess in some way like on Inferno, the banana. Just like, it's really strong if the CTs take it. You remove so much map control from your opponents. And it's a nice nade there towards the back of the site, and you can see how effective that's going to be, just completely cutting that off. And they might even be able to get a plant straight up if they want.
It's done it again.
Oh no, is it stuck? The bug, you can't stay on that.
It's stuck in the grenades.
Oh no.
Valve, please.
What an angle though.
Hey, this could be interesting actually.
This is pretty nice.
Until they rotate away from the bomb site, and now we're stuck in the ground.
There we go.
There we go, we're back. Valve, please fix all the bugs in this game.
Look at that, the jump shot there from Angel. We'll stop Bondic from marching up middle, and now they've kind of just, I don't know, once again their rush kind of fizzles out. Able to get a couple no scopes in there, might even get a third frag, but with no time left, the round is well and truly over. And
so Parkour, he may even save this now. He's just going Rambo
surely
mode.
not.
2 bullets left.
Oh,
what is this?
No, not. Oh no, he does it. Gets the ace. All right, fair enough. That's actually loads of damage.
That was a bizarre round from start to finish.
I've actually seen matches turned around with stuff like that happening because that's an insane amount of damage. If we look at the economy now of HellRaisers, if they actually lose this round because they just won the last one, they get $1,400, and then boom, they can't buy. They can't really put a great buy in. They can just barely buy, but it's pretty weak.
Yeah.
So
that could.
So if they win this round,
that round loss ace could be.
Yeah,
this could put them on a momentum to start winning.
And they are trying to go for this, it looks like a B split basically, but HellRaisers have been defending this really, really well. They've got 2 players in the vent room, that's where they want to hold this. Blade's going to take down Kucha in the vents, there's 1 more player left, here it is. And it is going to be Dozier, he's so blind, finally they're going to take him down, Flamey with the frag. And HellRaisers are just running so fast as they possibly can to get to B in time, but looks like dAt are just going to smoke it off in the nick of time, and they will get the bomb down at the back of the site. So good stuff here from dAt. Looks really hard for HellRaisers.
Yeah, now I mean HellRaisers kind of have to save now after just getting aced while winning a round. This is insane, and it's still the first map.
I'm trying to remember the match where I saw that happen, where it kind of changed the match completely. Because
the last time I saw that happen was when Fifth Flower was on Dust 2.
I remember that one, but I remember there was another time I saw it. I think it was on Cash as well, but I can't remember who it was. I think it was maybe from Shox or someone. I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. Either way, we can see potentially the big impact that this can have now, because as we noted, the money for HellRaisers is suddenly a little bit weird. They're getting into a spot which is very uncomfortable, and dAt, who had lost so many rounds that they should never have been able to find an eco from HellRaisers, suddenly made that possible now. If they're able to take him down here, then it's eco town for HellRaisers.
If they win this run, we're looking at 8-7 here.
Very possibly, yeah. So they've given themselves a big shot here out of nowhere. It's going to be interesting if they can pull it off. We're already finding a pick towards the vent room from B storage, so that's a good way to start things off.
That's a massively early pick as well. It gives them a lot of time to play with, a lot of time to stretch the CTs, and you can see how the CTs are stretched. They're forcing Markelov to take risks to try and find out where the Ts are, again, so they can put more CTs in the right places. Now you can see there's a rotation putting 2 CTs towards the B bomb site, and now Markelov will find action. This is going to get a bit difficult here for HellRaisers. You can see we have Flamey positioned in the door as well, so things getting tougher now. You can see the rotation going back and forth. Look at number 5 on the radar. That's going to be Kucha just going backwards and forwards between mid, between B, between A, trying to be in the right place at the right time, but they haven't seen the bomb, and you can see the bomb is with Blade going towards B at the moment, and that's going to be the key information that they're going to be searching for right now. I
mean, Blade, when they get an early pick like that, they know it's a hugely advantageous situation. He's got to try to predict how the setup's going to work out here for HellRaisers. We've seen a lot of B-focused play here towards the vent room, and they've completely lost vent room right now. Kucha's going to run through the smoke. This is a nice risk to take. Oh, they might just line up, but not quite. He won't get any frags there, and HellRaisers are done and dusted, surely, unless Simple can, with 16 health, put out something insane, but it's not going to be the case. That with the round number 5, and they're up against an eco now, and HellRaisers can definitely buy on the following round, so
what if that ace wins the match?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's completely possible, because it's now given them a situation where they can actually get an eco out of HellRaisers, and that was just not going to happen before.
And we said that Simple was playing with such confidence, as you saw there earlier on. But now, I mean, dAt is just playing like he's on bath salts right now, and he's hitting all of his shots, which makes him extremely dangerous. dAt getting another one. And this is what I'm talking about. Simple versus dAt is going to be great during this best of 5.
Yeah, and I'll have to see if HellRaisers can recover here. And the last round is a really nice dilemma from like an analytical standpoint, and from the standpoint of how important Blade is to the team. Because again, if you get an early pick as a Ts like that, then you know that the CTs have to try and cover some of the holes. They got to reposition. So if you can try to put the right pressure in the right place, you can buckle the defense completely, and that's exactly what happened. They had a little bit of a foray into middle with a couple players and got the pick, and the trade would have been a guarantee. And then boom, B is completely open. So Blade managed to make the right call there and proved why he is the guy that really brings this team together.
Okay, so slowly does it here. This clock is going to start to play against that though. Only 35 seconds left yet to breach the site. They've got 3 people on A, and it looks like they're going to go for the pincer movement towards A with Flamey in the door area. So this could go horribly wrong for them again. It looks like they're going to be in a position where they have to plant this bomb. Having to take the site with only 20 seconds remaining, this is where the mayhem happens and things don't go their way. Going to take that Markle off as well. Only Simple remaining all of a sudden, so on this occasion, they get through it with 2 players. But that could have been a bit more brutal. That said, it is the last round now, so the monetary issues on the dAt side won't matter that much. On HellRaisers' side, though, things are looking a bit terrible. Angel whipping out the CZ, the dusty CZ from the cobwebs. 20
frags there for Simple, definitely basically being the star player of his team. That's kind of what he's become ever since joining HellRaisers, and he is fragging, so it's a good premonition for things to come in this series. We do have the mid aggression coming in here from the smoke, but Blade is holding it down. They're very aware, I think, that HellRaisers are going to be kind of desperate to look for some kind of option here. There's some aggression to get them an early edge. They know that they're a little bit outgunned. There's no AWP here for Simple, so they are still leaving him alone on the A site, and they are keeping their general approach where they have a lot of players towards B here. So that's pretty nice.
You can see that are definitely positioned for range, just in case a desperation push comes in. They have no idea how many guns HellRaisers have. They're probably assuming they've got more pistols than rifles after Angel pushed through mid. And that might be part of why he pushed through mid, to give that kind of false confidence that they're not up against stronger weapons, and they may get taken by surprise here, because if they go for a really late push of a site like they did last time, now they're up against 4 rifles as opposed to the kind of jumble cell they had in the previous round.
And they've picked right again here. They're going to go towards B, it would seem, with the bomb, and dAt know they've got a big advantage, so here it is. Dozier's got to come out very, very huge here. 2 frags quickly there for HellRaisers. That's certainly going to be helping. Dozier with another one over a headshot. He is uncontested so far. And there is another frag even. Kucha coming in from up top. There's the drop. There's the round. And HellRaisers, they weren't looking good there at all when you look at it from a positional standpoint. But they pull it out of the bag once again. 9-6. I think dAt can be pretty happy with how that went after all things considered.
I honestly think that push from Angel on his own through mid, through the smoke, with only a pistol, was a Trojan horse for dAt. And I think had he not done that, they would have had less information on what guns they thought the CTs had, and they may have played the round faster and possibly ended up better off. They may not have won it, but I think maybe they would have done better. So I think Angel sold him down the river there.
Let's see how things go on this pistol round now. We're going to have HellRaisers looking like they just want to bum rush the B-bomb site. I respect that. I can respect that indeed. We're going to see if dAt are going to be able to defend it, though. In come the frags, and it's not looking too bad for dAt. Already going a man up here as HellRaisers haven't really gotten to a position where they can plant safely. dAt are all over them at the moment. The bomb is still in transit, stuck in the vent room. Angel not sure where to go as Bondic is bearing down with that 5-7. There's the bomb. That's huge info. And HellRaisers, they're stuck on the bomb site. What are they going to do here? Kucha able to pick off Bondic down by the bomb site. But dAt have great positions here, and HellRaisers are running out of health. And this is awkward right now. Simple going to make his way through, and somehow he hasn't died yet. Does actually manage to pick up the kill onto Blade. But it's a 2-on-1, and dAt are going to take it. So going to give themselves a really nice shot here of actually just closing this one out. I mean, depends what kind of strats HellRaisers are going to throw at us.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And again, this is just continuous mind games here, because it's HellRaisers on the back foot at the moment, but they have to wonder if dAt's CT setup is going to be similar to the training they were given by Blade, and are they going to try and play against that? Is Blade going to be aware of that, and they're going to try some kind of mental meta game between these two teams? We'll have to wait and see, but we do have 3 people loitering outside A main, with 2 just holding the flank from B and mid at the moment. That's going to be Dozier and Angel, as Angel will go and retrieve the bomb. He's going to head towards B, though, while the action seems to be happening towards A and mid. Those are going to fall to World at its pistol. He is, of course, pistoling because he wants that AWP sooner rather than later. One click there. It's going to take down Simple as well. So falling like flies right now, our HellRaisers. Looks like it's going to be 9-8 as we go into the next round. Only Angel remaining now. No frags yet for the HellRaisers team.
And the thing is, like, dAt can play their setups in so many different ways. We saw that HellRaisers had a strategy where they basically had like a load of players towards this side here, so they could respond really fast to B. And they basically said, simple, you're our star player. We're going to put you like in this position on A, which is like, it's a really good spot for your star player, basically. It's kind of like having that one guy on core boxes on Banana and Inferno.
We've seen dAt do great work there for power.
It is the place you can put your AWPer, and you can just close your eyes. If he's good enough, he can make severe damage here. But Simple already over the top with a quick pick there into dAt's horrible weapons. And this is actually always a dangerous round for the CTs, because in this spot, they're always kind of going to be outgunned, because they're still sticking with their FAMASs and stuff, and then they're usually against AKs. 3 Galils, though, here. We'll have to see if dAt can actually come back from this now, being a man down. Blade does have an AWP, so in he comes here from Cart. 2 players over by short, though. This is going to be pretty awkward. Blade going for the flick shot, going to miss. And that's bad news here for dAt. HellRaisers cleaning up. Simple going to town, but Bondic in the back able to pick him off, but that's going to leave it all on Adren. That's Khalil and dAt. It's going to be more than enough to deal with him.
You know when you're playing on pugs and you have an AWP and you miss 1 or 2 shots, and someone on your team, you die, and someone on your team says, don't ever buy AWP again. You have to wonder if dAt is going to say that now to Blade, because he doesn't miss shots, man.
I don't understand why dAt didn't have the AWP in the first place. But either way,
that's an important win for HellRaisers.
Yeah, absolutely. Their strategy in the previous round of going over the top and middle is so strong, because AKs and Galils versus FAMASs, yeah, I think I'm going to pick the AKs in that fight. But we're going to have, once again, a bit of contestation here on middle. We do actually have dAt. He's pushed quite far up, actually. Going to go for the pick on the player behind the white box. Blade is there. He's going to actually survive, but he's really low. And that's going to be a middle now for HellRaisers. So they did lose a couple men in the process, but...
Important to note that Blade got the hell out of dodge just there, because often CTs will peek the same spot too many times, but he's still alive. He could be important for his team later on. That said, B has fallen to the HellRaisers, and the frags are coming in thick and fast. Simple is causing havoc at the moment. It's going to be him and Kucha to hold against Flamey and Bondic. Flamey getting the first kill, taking off Simple's head, finally getting some revenge for his teammates, as we're going to have a bit of a crossfire setup here for dAt, but Kucha's going to have some barrels to hide behind. However, it won't be enough, as Bondic will take him out.
And Simple is killing everything.
He's killing everything. He's killing the birds, the bees.
He's just killing everything. He's like an action hero.
Top fragging for his team with World Edit hot on his heels. So both the AWPers, we said it was going to be Simple versus World Edit, and it is, even without the AWPs.
Oh yeah, it's looking really interesting at the moment. Once again, we haven't really seen dAt play their proper setups at the moment. Again, this is what I was talking about on the other half, is that sometimes
What's Blade looking for?
CT economy can get really into an awkward spot and you never get the buys you want. And I kind of feel like dAt are in that territory. They need to get away from it really fast.
I think Blade was looking for a drop in spawn. Looking at the money, you can see Flamey could have dropped him a FAMAS, but there was no FAMAS to be found, and Blade is going to be rolling with a P250.
At least he's got an incendiary.
So let's have a look and see where he's holding mid with a P250. This is insane. He does have support though from Flamey, who's holding his money and the rest of himself in the well, he was in the
he's actually going to drop down here, and I'm surprised about that, because they didn't get a Q. But he's going to cycle all the way back around. That's a nice push there from Bondic. Going to toss the AK back and see if he can retrieve that AWP. Here it is, picks it up. There's the shot, takes down Kucha. This is great work here from dAt. An absolutely must-win round to get their economy back on track. Get them back to comfort, and Bondic with yet another kill. He is just single-handedly won this round for his team. Angel's left over, and he will take down Blade in middle, but there's many more where that came from.
They don't want to give him too many 1v1s here. Although, actually, there isn't really that much time on the clock for him to go for a bomb plant here. But let's have a look at the money compared to the rest of his team. It's probably worth him doing it, because it'll be on the same money afterwards. Doesn't get a frag he needed, though. Bondic going to take him out. And it's worth noting there, again, yeah, you said that there was no reason, but I think for them to peek from vents towards B the way they did, but it seemed they wanted to find out some information. You saw the pop flash from B site for Flamey, who was in vents, who then jumped out of vents after the pop flash. Then you saw the same thing over the barrels into Squeaky, and then the Squeaky peak, which picked him up the AWP. Then they got a second frag into A main as well. So the decision to make those 2 peaks just closed out the game, that round for them.
And here it is. They're going to try to make their way through middle or HellRaisers. This is going to be interesting if they pick up any frags here, but that already getting a couple on the board. Make that 3. And so far this Egan's done absolutely nothing. Just cleaned up. That's good work there from dAt. Clean rounds. Nobody getting taken out. So now they can actually play their setups. Now they have comfort. Now they can even actually lose a round and still be able to play a good setup. So I think they're pretty happy at the moment, and we'll have to see if HellRaisers are going to be able to show anything new here. I'm very curious to see what Simple's going to do, in fact, with the AWP. Again, if he can actually get his hands on one, he's so dangerous on T sides because he can just do all kinds of crazy angles that a lot of players cannot pull off.
What we haven't seen so far on A main is the pop flash into A main.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll.
Oh wow! Look at that push,
later.
And Adren dropped the bomb as well. The bomb is down. They know that.
We've seen quite aggressive B pushes from the CTs in both halves of this game, actually, and it's paid off in spades, whether there were frags or not, because where there weren't frags, it gave them information, allowed them to eliminate parts of the map. Obviously, frags help as well. The bomb is still down. It's going to be an important frag towards A, although CTs maybe aware of where the bomb is for now, but they're losing the duels here. Suddenly it's 4 versus 2. Bomb has been retrieved as well. You can see the CT's completely stretched out. Got Flamey over here and Adren on the connector area, and he's not going to have any success either. So despite they got 1 frag and got the bomb down, and then they didn't manage to kill anyone else in that round. Yeah. HellRaisers survived with 4 players, and it's 11-11. Looking at the money on the CT side here, this is going to be an important round. Once this buy comes in for Flamey, you can see he's gone from $8,000 to 2.5. So this is a key round here for dAt. Looking at the money on the T side, sorry, this is also a key round for them. Both short on money, so they're both going to be fighting tooth and nail for this round.
So they got a nice crossfire setup, which deals with the boost really, really well, and these middle pushes. And HellRaisers looking to play a slow opening again, and we do have, I think, I was going to say, dAt is peeking into A main. Once again, this A main information's very important, tells them a lot. If there's no T's in A main, then, or if they can hold A main, keep it away from the T's, then the B players can start to take some risks as well. dAt is going to spot a couple though, and back away, so they know. Well, at least 2 or 3 players are at this point, but still it's not really enough to put the whole picture together. HellRaisers still can kill the clock, and they have all kinds of plays that they can make here. They may even go for this delayed mid-take, but that could work out really well for dAt if they're on top of their game here.
Alright, so 45 seconds remaining, no frags on either side yet. No one taking any significant damage either. Again, we've got that pop flash coming in towards the B bomb site, not going to get anything, but bondit going to take down 2 in the mid area. 1 boosted, 1 going towards vents. There's the 3rd one and the bomb as well. Massive play there by Bondic, almost single-handedly holding mid and eliminating the bomb. This is pretty much round here for dAt. Adren taking down Angel. Markelov going to get a little bit of revenge here on Blade. It's going to be a key grenade. Well, then it down to 26 HP. That landed on his head. Surely. 13 seconds remaining. Can Markelov save his weapon? At least he died before the time ran out this time, unlike a previous round we saw. 12-11 in favor of dAt's team now. Again, dogs on e-gaming bets. Almost even on CSGO Lounge. 500,000 skins on this match, Dan. 500,000 skins.
Can't wrap my head around it.
If you traded up, if you contracted all their skins, how many Dragon Lords do you think you'd get out of it?
I don't know, man. But I know things are getting pretty bad here for HellRaisers. If they lose this round, I mean, look where they are. Money-wise, they've got nothing going for them. They're completely screwed. Look how late we are into the match now. We're on the 24th round. This is where the game-winning rounds really are made, and dAt are in the position to make them. So good, actually, like good positions here behind the smokes actually for dAt. They got 3 players ready to receive this push from HellRaisers, and Angel are going to be keeping the flank safe from the B player Adren. There's dAt though on the red container, able to pick up a couple of frags himself. We'll have to see if he can keep this position all neat and tidy, and he will indeed. Markov goes down as well. HellRaisers struggling here, stuck in the mud to get on that bomb site. And well,
Oh, he's
it's
spotted.
last man standing. Does take down Simple. One more left at A main. Angel's only 22 points of health, but there's dAt. Oh, the perfect timing. And dAt will manage to make it work. It's a good 4-kill there on the site. And that's the AWPer you want, James. That's the AWPer you put your trust in. The guy that's like sat there on red container making all these awkward shots.
It's the AWPer they needed and the AWPer they deserved. That 3 rounds away from victory in the first game here of this best of 5. Again, HellRaisers pretty much favourites across the board here on both sides. But trailing at the moment.
I feel like if that can win this, it could be 3-0. Oh! Nice. That's so awesome.
And that is a flashbang we were talking about. The pop flash into A main, which allows you to do things like that. Kucha, last man standing versus 3. One of them is dAt, who he has just taken out, actually. He's the big bad monster on the CT side. He's gone down. This is now all of a sudden deal with Kucha, but he's got no armor to speak of whatsoever. He is going to be very vulnerable here. Gets shot in the face. You can see his eyes are looking up to the sky. He's out of there.
James, whenever you're like actually playing and people line up like that and you're just spraying, they all just die. It's just like the best feeling. It's the best feeling in life.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's pretty good.
I
mean, Thigh massage is quite nice. Unless you ask for a hard one, then it's kind of a bit borderline. Start getting a tattoo.
Yeah. I don't have any tattoos, so I wouldn't know.
So, dAt are on 14, HellRaisers on 11. You can see it is a bit of a force buy here from HellRaisers as well. They've got almost no grenades to speak of. So we're not going to see any set plays in terms of smokes. They've got 2. They could do like there are a few, but it's not. It's far from ideal. Put it that way. They can see Flamey's gun sticking out. Surely.
HellRaisers bursting into that B bomb site. It looks pretty simple at the moment, as they get 2 quick entry frags. dAt up top, still causing problems for them. The bomb is actually going to get dropped as well. And Blade coming in from top. What has happened? A great turnaround there from dAt. HellRaisers have to rely on Simple in a 1-on-3 again. He's got plenty of time, but the bomb is down on the bomb side itself. Smoke is actually, these smokes are still up. That's very helpful. But dAt in the nick of time once again. And if dAt hadn't picked up that kill to the bomber, who was just barely about to make it, that could have gone completely differently.
Yeah, I mean, dAt was popping up and down like Whack-A-Mole, but Whack-A-Mole had a machine gun and completely wiped him out. Unexpected there. That was very nice snap. I wish we were in first-person view for that ride. Angel, again, reduced down to the CZ. Got 3 Galils on the HellRaisers team. Things not looking amazing for them right now. Only 1 AK here.
Yeah, match point for dAt. This could all be over in this round. On Cash at least. And Flamey with a nice pick through the smoke. And the flashes from his teammates are sublime.
Strong.
And they've seen everything now. In goes the grenade. In goes more flashes. This is too much to handle. That are too hot to handle for HellRaisers on Cash. And they are going to take it 16-11. And that's a really great first result there for dAt. And again, you know, this was...